Hello, everyone. Ovian here. We are back with Fossil Fighters Champions. Except not really. Except it's Fossil Fighters Discord tier list. New tier list dropped. Just dropped. Like 5 days ago. 6 days when you watch this. Yeah, I'm not punctual at all. Uh, okay. Live update. If you don't watch my non Fossil Fighters content, I have a job now. Again. Well, I have a job again. It's full time this time. So there's going to be a new thing. New thing. Falsifiers is officially weekly. Weekly falsifiers. Falsifiers Friday. Falsifiers Friday. And what we do with this Falsifiers Friday is talk about the new changes. To the tier list. Of course, this you might newcomers, people. If you're not in the know, you might be thinking, "Oh, what the hell does this tier list mean? What gravity does it have?" Well, in the Falsifiers Discord, um, we there's the group maintains this tier list of all the Vivisaurs and champions. Um, and when we do battles, battle each other, um, we agree to a certain tier, which tiers are inclusive of the lower tiers, as because otherwise, if we just like battle each other like if like no rules barred, it would kind of get muddled with these monstrosities up here. The ones that are like too good. So it just makes things more interesting. And it's also that good to see. Like, okay, how good are all the Vivisaurs? Like what are the best? One of the worst. Best probably I don't know, maybe like well, I was gonna say there's times where I've thought Ophion was the best Venusaur. I've seen some saying, oh well, I think like Boots doesn't think it might be S. I don't know. It's being someone like Ligo or Pacro or Crypto. I don't know. All S plus tiers are insane. But anyways, we're not talking about those guys. There's no S plus changes in the last update. So I was not involved in the discussions. I've been busy, you know. Um, I did have the changes here, and I kind of looked at the proposed changes. Basically, almost all of the proposed changes that Surreal put in the discussion thing passed, with one exception. That we'll get to. Yeah, this is a interesting. And also there's also one that Surreal didn't mention. Not even sure if people talked about it. Which I'll also mention later. But yeah, these changes are heavily focused around mostly moving Vivisaurs from B tier to C tier. Like this is a new list. B tier is just getting smaller. So like let's see, one, two, three, four. So five Vivisaurs moved down from B to C. While at the meantime, one moved up. So a net loss of four Venusaurs from B to C. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, first things first, Amargo was actually raised from C to B, which I was surprised by. I thought if any Vivisaur would be moving out of C tier, it would be a Sangari, which I don't play much C tier. Um, I've all I hear really out of that tier is that Sangari is like oppressive and like everyone uses Sangari in C tier. And then I see like the new tier list, and it's like, oh, um, Amargo's up. Um, so I don't know if people have been like using Margot a lot. I have a soft spot for Margot. I when I beat the first game, not Champions, but just Lost Fires, the first one. I beat the game with Margot on my team. Um, Now I got the Amargo the head through a trade for the not the trade, not trade. I'm thinking Pokemon logic. I got it through the shop head fossil from the shop. Um, but I can see, I can see the appeal. You know, this team skill is pretty good. Blazing Doom, kind of like basically the same power, almost exactly the same power as the team skill. The a good discount. A pretty good discount. Um, I guess it doesn't have the best compatibility, though. It looks like 14 and 27 are decent groups. It cannot hold a gold. So I thought that was the main. I think that was the main reason it wasn't in B tier already. Um, I think the thing that stands out to me about Margot is that is this not the fastest damn Sauropod in the game? Like 26 speed? That's like that's that's, that's crazy. Wait, wait, huh? How's that? Okay, let's go to the list of all the source speed 20. So we're at like 20 speed. So it's as fast as the chickens. Um, as fast as the chickens. It's only like okay. It's as fast as like Delofo, Quello, Bruni, or 21. Yeah, 26. Yeah. No, it's as fast as Patchy. Like these small Vivisaurs that should be, fast, and they're decently fast. Same as Dimitro. Sangari, it's faster than it's as one speed faster than the bird. Or well, not bird. Well, yeah, bird. Flying Vivsaur, same speed as this behemoth. Well, wait. Is it? Okay, it's not Titanic, so it's not meant. I guess it's not really meant to be. Well, it's not really. It's not really a powerhouse as that on par with most of the rest of the sauropods. It has a positive support effects, unlike some of the ones with negative support effects. Um, doesn't have as power scale better than like sacrifice. I don't know. I can see some points where power skill can be unwanted. Like if they can, if it gets confused and your opponent uses all of their FP, and then on your new turn you get FP and it uses power scale and kind of gives some of it away. That could be dangerous, or risky, but not as much as like sacrifice or Law of the Jungle. Um, but also it could be because I think the use case of it can be pretty good. Mainly when you when you like defeat one of their Vivizors. Anyways, Marga moved up, but another Sauropod moved down. Brachio. Um, yeah, I can see it. Like, I don't know. Well, first of all, its team skill I don't think is quite as great. It has lower attack. Oh no, wait, no, that's actually I lied there. I lied there. Yeah, well, it's less support. Um, Actually, I don't know. I think think the teams. Actually, I think the rotation is better than Amargo's scaring move, especially since like I don't know, it's kind of like halfway between like something you could use for damage versus something you just use for the uh status. But Mighty Stomp isn't as much of a much of a dedicated, you know, not like dedicated to it, and it's also 100%. It's cool. Um, Power wise, let's see. I don't know. It looks like Margot is a bit more efficient, but I guess the biggest thing is that Margot is a better higher crit and is just much faster, just much faster. Rocky is also one that is hindered by the fact that it does not have cannot hold a gold. Um, I guess you could say that being neutral, no inherent weaknesses, makes it better or something. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Like, sorry, being tongue tied. Like even if you're in B tier, oh, it's like you have to be careful though of Toba, you know, Chrono, Shoni. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like there's some tough water Vivisaurs. Not sure, not sure how how Margot is going to fare in B tier, but it just can change. Um, and Bakugo, yeah, moved down. Well, maybe it could be used more now. We'll see if it gets impressed. I don't know. I don't think it'll be that impressive. Um, Although it looks like the definition of a C tier Vivisaur might be maybe rising a bit since we have so many new additions to C tier. Although one of them is like a repeat offender. Yeah, Karna. Okay, well, it was originally suggested as a topic, just Carno moving. It was suggested, hey, maybe we move Carno down from to C tier from B tier, and it ended up Carno and Serato moved. Which is, I mean, I don't think. I mean, there's definitely differences between these two guys, like some minor stat differences. I think it depends on if you really would just want a rotation Vivisaur versus like a general Vivisaur, like a general attacker, right? Although I don't know. I feel like just using headbutt. The headbutt's the same, besides Carno or Serato having no. Besides Carno having a higher attack, um, Serato has cheaper moves or well, cheaper first second skill. Um, but much higher crit rate, like double the crit rate. That's crazy. How did you get double the crit rate? I'd probably use Serato over Carno. Carno. Wait, oops. Um, yeah, Serato over Carno. I can see why they both moved down. Um, because they're also moving Tarbo down, and Tarbo's tougher than these two guys. Well, tougher than these guys. Well, I mean, Turbo also just offers less, like no status. Look at these skills. Counterable, counterable, uncounterable, no status, law of the jungle. Wow, what a daring today, aren't we? One of the plainest theropods. I guess it's it is a spammable uncounterable third skill. You know, that's cool. I mean, so is Spinax, but I guess Spinax isn't strong, right? I'd imagine. Spinax can hold a gold, but yeah, Cargo's Cyclone is much. And look at they both share the same third skill and fourth skill, or psychotic or team skill. Well, but they're in the same tier now. I mean, Turbo is much bulkier and much stronger. Only one slower than the silver legs silver, and more accurate. Same crit, although it just does not. It just has it's a lot less utility, you know, because Spinax has Harden as opposed to Low the Jungle, which I mean it's risky, you know. Don't want to get confused. And Spinax auto counter, and I guess it has some support effects, but you're not really, reasonably you're not going to be putting Spinax in the SC. Um, but I mean, for the same FP, Turbo has the better team skill. Um, yeah, but yeah, last video or my first team or last one and my first tier list video, we talked about how Turbo is moving up to B tier. I was like, hey, maybe the theropods are getting more recognition, and now the theropods are moving down because not only is it Serato, Carno, and Turbo moved down to C tier, but Megalo, yes, I like Megalo. I like it's kind of derpy, but that's cool. Um, yeah, I was think I had this on my team when I beat FF1, but I think I don't use it as much as Margot definitely. Oh man, this is a okay. First of all, I want to say I don't use Megalo a lot since I thought that Null Breath. For some reason, I thought this was 50 FP. Um, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of it's more similar to Carno and or maybe Serato than Tarbo. How how many how many power scalers have are close range? Feels like I don't really see them at close. Well, I guess okay. Um, Sintao is a close ranger with power scale. Sintao just gives me mid-range vibes, even though it's not mid-range, it's close range, but whatever. Yeah, Megalo, Null Storm, not a good team skill, not the worst, but like I would not care if my Megalo was in like a team that isn't compatible. I was like whatever. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Um, but 420, for the meme, maybe. But only 40% excite or no gold scare. I don't know, not my cup of tea. Um, I mean, there are moves that are as expensive, or team skills are as expensive, but with like worse rates for different statuses, but still not that great. Null Breath is interesting. I feel like maybe they should have gotten the cryo. Why can't they make Mega like cryo? A bit more like cryo, not as tough as cryo. Because cryo is a bit too tough. But have Null Breath be the scheme, the first skill, and then have a more generic, I guess, maybe third skill for like a theropod that might have and have be more powerful, so it can be more effective as like an attacker. Because at this, because I don't even know what you put like what Megalo in the AZ, and like you could attack, and that could do something, but like if you're in C tier, why not just get like a turbo, you know? Look at that attack. What turbo bite? 110? 110 damage. Okay? And then look at Mego combo. 107 damage for more FP. Yeah. Uh, so yeah. Attack wise, definitely outclassed. Although let's look at like Srot to headbutt. 210 damage or 212. Wait, no. 112. I can read. It's not that far off of headbutt or for Strato. However, it's not come with the guaranteed rotation. Oh, well, guaranteed. Well, unless they have a Chilon, whatever. You know, almost guaranteed rotation. Um, all is power skill, but I don't know. I think it makes more sense in Z. Um, I mean, it is defense wise. It's not bad. Outclassed by Tarbo, but better than Carno or Serato. Team Screw Group 9. Are these 9? I'm not familiar with this group too much. Wow, it's in the same exact groups as Neo always is. Interesting. Interesting. Megalo. I might make a Megalo team. Okay. Yes. So, Ankylo. It was brought up. Maybe we should bring Ankylo down to A tier. Um, now, wasn't I feel like this was I feel like I talked about this one before, and I either was in a battle during a battle or in the last. I don't think can't remember if I brought it up, but we'll talk about it here again. Although nothing happened, Ankylo is staying in S. I mean, I can see why. You know, it is kind of a beast with this, or it is held down by not being able to hold gold. Um, can't can't hold the gold. 23 speed, not bad. But Sai-chan is right there. Um, yeah, you know, the problem is that just that Sai-chan just like why use Ankylo when you have Sai-chan? I mean, I get it. Ankylo is much more defensive. It raises defense more. It has more defense itself. It can harden, you know. Um, but like rallying cry, rallying cry. Let's look at like okay, like what? Okay, if let's say you're not going to use Sai-chan, but you want an S tier defensive team, but you also don't want to be wrecked by status, like completely wrecked. Like what else is there for you? Um, Barbaros. But then you have to go into B or A tier. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe. Um, but Barbaros doesn't boost defense that much. Let's see. Look at also Barbaros. Definitely bulky, quite bulky. 35% addition in defense. I don't know. I guess it does not. It's not quite the same as like Ankylos plus 99 or Psychans plus 80%. Or like, Nodo plus 90%. Um and it's just Ankylos, negative 20% attack. You're just being punished a lot more than what Psychan would bring. And yeah, just use Psychan. He's also kind of he kind of would be a bit oppressive, bit oppressive in B tier, or no, not B. John. Oh, he would be impressive in B tier, but A tier. Um, yeah. Also, oh wait, yeah, I did bring up Sagari. Um, Sagari, why weren't you promoted? Did you guys talk about Sangari? I don't. I was not there. Honestly, I don't play enough C tier to know what Sangari does here in this tier. Maybe now that Brachio's down, they can hold Sangari in check. I mean, Margot was there and didn't hold Sangari in check, and but maybe the rotation with like an excite move could help shake things up. Hopefully, um, I don't even know. I don't, like if you're a Sangari user in like C tier, do you just like chill with the support effects, or do you like try to like heal and immolate over and over, or what? This it loses 180. It doesn't. Does it not just lose its entire life except one LP like Jara or Guerra? I thought it was the same. So Jara. Why did it be Jara? What? I did not ask. Damn it. Your bypass lose 180. Is this wrong? I could have sworn it always takes huge. Or was it just because I most recently just used Jara, which says it loses 180 LP for damage, except you only have 150, so it just takes all but one. I don't know anymore. I would test more, but I don't have time. Sorry, guys. But interesting changes. Um, I don't like have big disagreements or anything. Like if you think I haven't given enough credence to any side, that's fine. I love you. I just do think it was weird that Sangari didn't move up because I just heard a lot of talk, about Sangari is so great. It's pretty but that's just more like a surprise than more than I'm not a disgruntled Sangari victim, who was you know distraught that I can't. Yeah, I'm being this point home. Well, that's about all my thoughts I have. So, I'll see you guys next time on Falsifiers Friday. Yo, have a good one.